Yeah.
Hey, folks, we're back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We back with the first round of the show. Sit down and have a cup of coffee and relax and listen to our show.
We had a good weekend this weekend, but before we get to that, I want to mention my good sponsors, Benny's Big Store.
Benny Big Store.
They have Wednesday specials in the paper. You can check all their specials every Wednesday in the paper. They handle plate lunches 7 days a week. And good food, I might mention, too.
And all kind of fruits of all kinds.
Yes, all kind of fruits of all kinds. They got muscadines. They got a health food store in there. So stop by and tell old Benny. And if Benny Sr.'s not there, tell Benny Joe that we sent you by there, huh?
That's correct, ladies and gentlemen.
American Bank and Trust Company since 1958. I want to mention this Ronnie LeShoot and his fine staff over there. You can visit them at AmericanBankandTrust.net and go by and see our good people like Laney, D.C. Ordway.
Yeah.
And
D.C. Ordway.
That's right. And Ronnie LeShoot and all the good people, Connie Mackey and Cheryl Baum and all the good people over at the American Bank. I was, matter of fact, I was coming through the airport at Atlanta and ran into David Grimio.
David Grimio.
Yeah.
That's a man I hadn't heard about in a long time.
Another guy I saw was Charles Ned.
Charles Ned.
Mm-hmm.
Was in Atlanta.
Yeah, he was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think he had, I don't know where he'd been, I've forgotten.
Probably have some family up there. He might have some children up there.
He might have went to see that Grambling or whoever.
Maybe so.
Play,
They had a Grambling team over there?
Not in West Virginia, but I don't know where he was coming from.
Yeah.
Might have been Grambling or Southern, you know.
Yeah. Well, the Saint had a good weekend, and also LSU.
Yeah, man, we need to talk about that, but I wanted to mention my good friend Ted at Targill Season, Butcher Supplies. Ted, if you're listening to me, give me a call. We got to get together. Me and Ted got a little project going.
Sure now?
Yeah,
That's
so
good.
Ted, give me a call and let's get together. Look, they also have some other businesses too, Targill.
They have
Mama's Fried Chicken.
Fried Chicken, and they got EMS, ambulance. They got some beautiful, look like they bought them a good many new vehicles for their business.
They got some beautiful ambulances.
Yeah.
St. Landry EMS and Bellows Poultry. Good deal, man. Boy, they've been sponsors of us for a long time.
Yeah.
And so has American Bank.
Mm-hmm.
And Benny, of course, Benny's hadn't been there as long as them, but he's a faithful sponsor, isn't he?
Yeah, he certainly is.
Man, I did have a good weekend. I went to the game over there in Morgantown, West Virginia, and I saw the Tigers beat up on the Wolverine, the WVU. So there was maybe 7,000 LSU fans and 70,000 WVU fans.
Ooh.
But we quieted them down a little bit.
Yeah, I could see they was very happy. There was some happy people.
I know, and I want to thank John Hardesty. I want to thank Mr. Marlon Pushkar. I want to thank Dr. Julian Bales, Mr. George Farmer, and all of his good people, those good people over there in West Virginia, for welcoming us and they were really, their hospitality was real good.
Very good, huh?
Very good.
Beautiful.
We enjoyed ourselves. It was a long trip, but my good friend Edward Chauvin and I went over there and we had a good time. And like I said, LSU looked good. Of course, I was kind of scared.
I kind of heard that they reckon #1 right now, huh?
Yeah, they're either 1 or 2. I think they're #1, huh, Steve?
That's what I got from my nephew.
And Oklahoma was #1, but if they #2, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Huh?
My nephew told me that he good at them football thing, so he told me that.
LSU #1. And the UPI and the AP,
And
I
how
guess.
did the Saints stand now? They won that game too this weekend.
Saints are 1-2, I think.
1-2, that ain't bad.
I mean 2-1.
They got us looking good in Louisiana then.
2-1.
Thank you all.
The only game they lost was to the Green Bay Packers in the Lambeau.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie LeShoe went to that game.
I want to thank the Saints and the LSU team for making our state look good.
Yeah, man. They did, didn't they?
Yeah, they put our state on the map.
I wanted to mention, I was reading an article that said that, ironically, Chip Lahi and I were talking, that said that the Federal Reserve was locally owned. Thomas Jefferson had a quote on that, and I'll try to find it for you. But, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just kind of funny that I ran across that. I also want to say hi to Jeff Sandoz.
Jeff Sandoz.
Yeah, Jeff lives in Georgia now. I think it's Georgia, and he's doing real well over there. And
that's where they moved. Jeff, they moved there. That's where they moved, huh?
Yeah, well, you remember Billy Sandoz?
Yeah, that's his brother.
No, that's his son.
That's his son. That's right. That's his son.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about.
Him and Sim and Yvonne.
Yeah. Matter of fact, his wife ran for mayor.
That's right.
Sure did.
Lucia.
Yeah, I supported her.
You got a good
highly.
memory. That's been a long time ago, yeah.
Yeah, I supported her highly. Matter of fact, I still got a picture in my apartment.
Is that right? What did I do with that thing? Yeah, we got a good show today. I want to mention what men, I was, I kind of try to keep up with things, but I got a lady by the name of Miss Isabel Elliott. You know her?
Miss Isabel Elliott?
Yeah, she's from Frelo Cove.
Oh, yeah, I think I met her.
Oh, she's a nice lady, man. And if you're listening out there, Isabel, I enjoyed talking with you, and it was a pleasant conversation. I appreciate it. But let me tell you what she has. She's got 5 big old pine trees in her front yard, and she wants to get rid of them.
Wow.
I think it might be in the backyard, I don't know. But she said if anybody wants some real good pine timber, they could have them. Just come cut them. They were planted in 1971.
Wow.
They big and straight as an arrow.
Whoa. And
yeah.
She want to get rid of them, huh?
Yeah, you know what she told me? She said, when I'm watching you, Isabel, she said, when I'm watching y'all's show and y'all can't think of something, she says, I'd be hollering at the TV saying, it's this. That's the answer.
Oh, wait a while.
She's hollering at the TV.
That's the lady I think I met at the Crossroad. Didn't she work there?
Crossroad Antique?
Yeah. I think she's the lady.
I don't know. But her name is Isabel Elliott.
Yeah, I met her there.
So give her a call if y'all want those trees. Let me see if I got a number.
That'd be a nice tree to have.
I don't have a number in here. But anyway, Miss Isabel, we're going to try to just call us at DeJean White Insurance. We'll let you know. And hopefully maybe next week I'll put Isabel's number on the screen if somebody hadn't gotten those big logs yet.
Yeah, that's some
beautiful
trees.
timber, man.
Yeah.
And you know those trees are probably big around like that.
Oh, yeah,
you know how many board feet you can get out of a tree like that?
Yeah, you can
a bunch.
You can get a lot of lumber out of it.
Oh yeah. we were talking, and I got remember Jerry Chauvin, Dean Chauvin.
Yeah.
Well, Edward and I were together, and Edward was telling me the story about Miss Perro.
Miss Perro.
And Miss Perro hired this guy, and so his name was Bomanition. She called him Bomanition.
Bomanition.
And she'd pay him cash, you know. Mm-hmm. So one day he after he'd been working for her for 31 years.
Whoa.
So she went up and she said, I just don't have any cash for you, Bomanition. She said, but I'm gonna give you a check. He said, yes, ma'am, that's fine. So she said, now tell me how you spell Bomanition and what is your last name? Mm-hmm. He said, Miss Perro, he said, when I went to work for you 31 years ago, I said, call me by my initials. And he said, you been calling me by my initials? By my initials. All them years. So he said, call me by my initials. And she called him by my initials. So that was pretty funny, yeah.
By the way, I'd like to thank Mr. Brian Briggs for the good old duck.
Brian
Briggs, thank you so much for the good old duck. I've been enjoying it and having a good time eating it. So thank you very much for the duck. I might be begging you for some more duck.
I know.
And thank Shawn for doing the good cooking.
Let me tell you, Byron gave him what Byron thought was 2 mallards, but there was 3 mallards.
3 mallards.
It was a big bucket, you know, frozen.
Yeah.
So then get the mallards, and then this one here, he gave them to Mr. White. So then he comes to me and said, "You're gonna have to cook that for me." He said, "I don't want to mess it up." So I took him home, and I sauteed him in a good brown gravy, man, and then I added all my ingredients, you know, and then I had 6 squirrels, and
boy, them squirrels,
I put those squirrels in there with them.
I tore 2 of them squirrels up Sunday.
You did? And I had some
boy,
deer pork
good,
sausage.
Yeah. And that deer sausage, boy, that was good, yeah.
Yeah, so.
I had so much till I didn't even move. I stayed in that chair.
So look, folks, then, so I pot roasted that in the oven, you know.
Oh, man.
For a couple of hours, let that cook down, just in the oven in a Dutch, you know, Magnolite pot.
Yeah, it was delicious.
So then, when it was all ready, what I did, I took them and I cooked them a pot of rice and some corn. And I put that in containers for them, all in containers for them. And I figured he was going to go back to the office and share lunch with the girls at the office, you know. Those girls never saw 1 ounce of that food. He took all that food home with him. He didn't want to share it. He said, "I ain't giving them that." I said, "You ought to be ashamed of yourself."
I'm glad they don't look at the show, because if they would, they'd be raising hell when I get back to the office.
You took all the food. You don't want to give up none of that food.
That's one time I had to be real selfish with that. That was too good to give away.
DeJean White Insurance. Don't forget about us. 634 South Union Street.
Union Street, ladies and gentlemen.
Right down from Bennett's Big Store. Come see us about your insurance. Anybody, we got those big jets out there you want to insure.
Yeah, one of them big old
big
trucks.
Motorhomes and trucks and trailers and what have you. Give us a call at DeJean White.
All them dune buggers that you go in the field with, we can show that too.
We're going to be right back, folks.
For the second round of the show.